This is Backbone, a completely new plugin that works in every DAW and is ideal for sample and clip-based music production. We created Backbone to make the process of designing fresh single drum sounds like a kick, an 808, a snare, a hi-hat, or even a cinematic hit as intuitive and as fun as possible. Here on the left side, you can layer up to 8 different drum samples and tweak each of these layers separately to create the most contemporary drum sound you've ever imagined. Each of the 8 layers has detailed sample controls, the all-new Re-Synthesizer, precise pitch controls, a delicious filter section, the amplitude controls with flexible FX routing, and not forgetting the option to use decompose. With decompose, an algorithm analyzes the sample, detects which part of the sample is tonal and which is noise, and splits these into 2 different layers. And that is really a kind of magic trick. Now you can treat the tonal part of the sample completely separately to the noise part, which expands the creative possibilities massively. For example, you can activate the incredible Re-Synthesizer on those separated layers to get surgical control over the tonal and noise parts. But what is resynthesis actually? From a technical point of view, resynthesis takes your audio sample, analyzes it, and transforms it into a digital version, taking all the core information like spectrum, pitch, and time into account. And after the resynthesis, the fun really begins. You can keep a lot of the original sounds, yet change the individual parts. For example, only the speed. Or you can adjust the formants, or the purity, or the inharmonicity. By using velocity or the played pitch as the modulation source, you can easily craft and develop your signature drum sound for triggering with MIDI, or dragging it directly to your host for further shaping possibilities. Overall, the Re-Synth in Backbone gives you considerably more organic or synthetic results for your sound design than time stretching and pitch shifting. You just pick the cherries in the sound and change them, leaving everything else unaffected. All that while keeping digital sounding artifacts to a minimum. And keep in mind, you can do this for each of the 8 layers, or only for the noise or tonal part of a sample. Furthermore, we built in a huge effects collection for tweaking and polishing your sounds completely inside the plugin, so there's no limit for your creative ideas. In the end, Backbone gives you full control over the original sample and combines it with all the beloved benefits from a regular synthesizer. It's the missing link between your sample collection or analog hardware sound source and your DAW. Now is the time to take your sound sources into Backbone and get involved in the era of drum resynthesis to develop your own style of drums that take your production to the next level.